Hello, this is Lightcast TV. Once again, the clip on what you've just seen, Cabinet Secretary for Youth Affairs, Creative Economy and Sports, Kipchumba Murkomen, was heckled at the Korom Festival in Eldoret, which happens to be Ruto's backyard. Don, what do you have to say for this?
Yeah, the agency movement is true, and it's a high time for President Ruto and his brigade realize that the ground isn't the way it used to be. Because of late we've seen Palek online, like anything that it was happening against Ruto, they used to say that it's a Kikuyu thing. Ni Wakikuyu wanakos kelele hapo kwa ground na everything. So Ruto should realize that it's high time maybe he listens to the ground, and if not, things will continue being hard for him to continue ruling. Because right now it's not as much as he may say that he's a dictator and he can arrest someone or people that he thinks are against him. I see an essence where he'll have to arrest like a 3/4 of the population of Kenya, because with his anger, there was a few days ago he called Kenyans mashetani, or bad spirit, evil spirit that are speaking evil against his government and against each and every move that is making. So for a president to come up and even contradict himself, remember during his address at Parliament, he himself was the one who cancelled the Adani deal. And a few days later, he is heard saying that rebuking those that are supporting the exit of Adani from the Kenyan affairs. And he's saying that those people are celebrating when their evil spirit or what's wrong with them, and forgetting that the first people that were celebrating after that speech was his MPs there at Parliament. And then I hear out and Lamika. So sometimes it's difficult to know the intentions of President Ruto. And I think even right now it's a very bad situation to be as a person who is given that mandate to defend President Ruto at any event in Kenya. Yeah, it's a risky affair, because apart from Murkomen, we saw even the deputy president Kithure Kindiki being embarrassed there, and still in Eldoret, that people started walking out as soon as he stepped on the microphone to address the people, and people saw that you have nothing important to tell us. And apart from that, we have seen even other Ruto's friends like Sudi saying, like talking against the church and looking down upon the church. Yeah, and even the church right now, some of the church leaders are fighting back, saying that Ruto should not address people that way. And like, people are not children, people are grown-ups. I think once you get power, you always assume that you are now the old one with the wisdom, and all other people that you're leading are not wise enough to advise you, are not wise enough to challenge you, are not wise enough maybe to come up with other suggestion on how to do things in Kenya. What do you think?
Well, Ruto must go.
Mm-hmm.
Or the chants that were being made when Murkomen was actually standing on the podium addressing people.
Mm-hmm.
And so kumechemka. Sijui ni nini ingine I don't know what else these people want to be told. Wameamua tu kuzima masikio na kufanya tu mambo yao. I just don't understand why these people just want to, just thump their way in this government and do what they want instead of listening to what the Kenyans are clamoring for. And so it's just common sense that Kenyans are tired. Kenyans are frustrated. It is in the month of December. Maybe there are people who had financial goals to meet this year, but they haven't.
Yeah.
There are people who wanted to meet some sort of they wanted to do something by the end of this year, but they were not able to do it. There are people who wanted to graduate by the end of this year, but they were not able to do it. So many dreams crushed.
Okay.
And so many dreams that were meant to come underway, but they were not able to, simply because probably there was not an enabling ground by the government to make it so. And so the people are tired, and they've decided that enough is enough. If it means ensuring that these government officials understand that we do not want you here, because you are just there to earn your money as a CS, but actually we cannot see the services that are being provided for.
Yeah.
In terms of youth and sports, there's still so much that needs to be done. And so people are just tired. People are expressing their frustration, and they're tired of talking. We have a government that likes to talk but doesn't do anything to ensure that these chants and these noises are put to rest. And so I think it's about time that they do so. I don't know what else needs to be done. Maybe it's about time that the Gen Zs again organize another mandamano, so that this government is then pushed to a corner, so that they can actually do what is necessary for this country.
Yeah, so yesterday, the time we are recording these videos on a Monday, and yesterday was Sunday, and Rigiji went to a particular church in Mwiki, and yesterday we saw even Rigathi Gachagua react to a few things that Ruto said, especially by calling his Kenyans that he's leading evil spirit. And before we find even Rigathi Gachagua's videos addressing the people, there is this pastor who was answering or was responding to President Ruto's insults.
Kuna mambo mengi sana sasa yanaendelea kutajwa, kama watu wakikataa pesa wanaambiwa na pepo mbaya. Sijui pepo mbaya ni nani ana pepo mbaya. Lakini kanisa halisemi mtu asitoe. Kile ambacho kanisa linasema ni mtu asije akatoa ili atununue. Si ndio hiyo? Sasa Bwana Gachagua ametoa sadaka yake. Hakusema hatujui ni nini ametupatia, kama ni shilingi 1 au ni 1,100 au ni ngapi, kwa sababu yeye anatolea Mwenyezi Mungu. Bwana asifiwe. Yeye anatolea nani? Sasa lakini mtu akija amechukua milioni 5, anatuambia mimi nakuja kuwapa pesa hizi, na wakati anaposema milioni 5, watu ambao wako kwa kanisa kama 700 wamelala njaa. Si ndio? Watu wamelala, na yeye anakuja na milioni 5 anatupatia. Ya nini? Ni ya nini? Situkae bila. Kama unataka kutupatia kuja utupatie. Kama angekuja na unga labda tungesema tutakula, lakini kuja tu kusema mimi nimepatia milioni 5, na unakuja kupeana milioni 5 baada ya kutukana kanisa. That's stupid. Uwezi kuja utukane hii, utukane, alafu kesho unakuja utuambie shikeni hii. Kwani sisi ni watoto? We are not children. Bwana asifiwe. We are not children. Na tunasema kanisa halikatai. Alafu kama watu wamesema shi na sha ni mbaya, hatusemi ni mbaya, tunasema haifanyi kazi. Kama ni nzuri ingetengenezwa vizuri, kwa mpangilio, ili wakati unasema it is now launched, kila mtu akienda hospitali kesho anapata matibabu, au sio? Lakini sasa ni watu wangapi wanakwenda hospitali na hawapati dawa? Wengi sana. And many people are dying because they are roho zao ni mbaya.
So you see that is I think it's a reverend or an apostle there, I don't know, that church where Rigiji was, and I was replying to President Ruto to stop calling the people is leading like evil spirits. If you are saying, for example, if we come out and say that the people are leading are evil spirits, what does that make you to be?
Father of those evil spirits.
Yeah, so you should.
Like, you are now the devil himself,
the master. So I guess Ruto should just do this. So he should just open his ears and listen to Kenyans. Of course, not all the ideas that Kenyans come up with will help him. Other Kenyans may come up with those ideas so that if he makes a mistake and follows them, he'll be able to fail, and Kenyans should have a proper reason not to support his government. But there are other people that come up with solid suggestion or important ideas on how to run things. I think it's high time that President Ruto should come out and listen to those, because sometimes it's not. First of all, you should open ears to listen to other people, and we may also find that there are other smart people in his government, but they cannot open their mouth and say what they have in mind, because maybe they are afraid of repercussions of that. For example, what Rigathi Gachagua has been alleging, that President Ruto was not listening to him, and each and every ideas or each and everything that Rigathi Gachagua came up to say, he was being silenced, and that's maybe he said that led to his impeachment. So yesterday he was addressing Ruto, and he was telling him, if I can quote verbatim, heshimuni makanisa, wacheni kuwakashifu. Hao ndio wanazungumza wanazungumza sauti ya wananchi, wacheni makasiriko, mkiambiwa vitu haviko sawa. We can just listen to that and then we proceed.
So we want to encourage the wetu waheshimu kanisa. The voice of the church is the voice of God. Kama kanisa inasema iko shida, hao wahubiri ndio wanakaa na wananchi kila siku, na shida mingi sana ya raia kabla kufikia sisi viongozi inafikia hao wachungaji. Hao watu viongozi wa kanisa wakisema uchumi bado haujafika vizuri, hiyo ndio ukweli. Wakisema hii mvumo ya SHA na SHIF hapana sawa, hiyo ndio ukweli, si ndio? Wakisema hii mradi ya manyumba watu hawafurahi, hii ndio ukweli. Tuwache kuwakemea viongozi wa kanisa, tuwaheshimu na tuwasikize. Na tukiangalia pahali Kenya imefika, wabunge wamenyamazishwa isipokuwa hawa, si ndio? Maseneta wamenyamazishwa, kila mtu amenyamazishwa. Kanisa isipoongea si tutakwisha? So we want to encourage the Church of Christ to continue standing with the people of Kenya and to be truthful and to talk for the people of Kenya. Na tukitaka kuuliza serikali yetu, tafadhali be tolerant to divergent opinion. Hao wa Kenya wakisema mambo hapana iko sawa, hapana pigia hao makelele. Hao ndio wamekuajiri kazi. Makasiriko ni ya nini? Don't get annoyed when you are told things are not working, because kila kiongozi ako na wadosi wake, na sisi watu ya kuchaguliwa wadosi wetu ni watu wa Kenya. Kama tajiri yako akikwambia mambo hapana iko sawa, hapana mkasirikia. Let us be tolerant to divergent opinion na tusikize vile wa Kenya wanasema, kwa sababu hao ndio wametuchagua. Mambo ya IBC, Senator Medho amesema, an election is as credible as a process. Kriegler report walisema the electoral commission must be in place 3 years before the election. Sasa tumebaki mwaka 2.5. Hakuna IBC. And people can read mischief. Kwa nini IBC hapana weko?
Yeah, so that's Rigathi Gachagua and his response to Ruto calling is people evil spirit or bad spirit. Yeah, so I guess it's high time for President Ruto to reconsider his moves, because if at all he's planning to go for 10 years, and this is just 2.5 years, and he's feeling that pressure from the people, because you are just one against many. Sometimes if you are in power can blind you, and you may see that you are beyond approach of the people, but that is false. There was a time back I was going somewhere, and I was carried by an Uber driver. That guy was angry with was angry with Ruto, because right now I think things are open. The internet is there. People are learned. You see, back then it was easy to control the people, and it was easier to spread the fear and propaganda, maybe because there was just one media station back then during the times of Moi, and that was KBC. Like any special announcements will be made from that KBC. It was like some sort of knowledge for the people of Kenya of what is happening around Kenya and the globe. And right now it's just there is internet. People know many things, and it will be difficult for the government even to manipulate the media and everything. So I think the right thing to do here is just to do what the people want. People want a good health. People want money flowing in their pocket. People want affordable life, and there's this issue of also of affordable housing program. Like they see, the big dilemma is they deduct money from Kenyans, from salaries of Kenya, from pay slips, and then they end up building affordable houses, affordable in quotes, because those houses, after they build the houses, they are now they are placed for rentals or for sale. And if you see those figures that the government is selling those houses at, those figures are high and very, and now people are asking themselves, no, why now affordable houses? Understand? Like there's a big contradiction in this government, that even people, when a person who is has clear eyes or clear mind comes out and talk, is seen like a devil. So does it mean that the devil here is the only one that tells the truth according to the gospel of Ruto? Because the Bible says that the devil is the master of lies. So if you come and say that the people who are telling the truth are the devil, what are you not telling the people about yourself? Because right now it's just a matter of serving the people's interest. And there's this always campaign of, when President Ruto comes out and speaks of his achievements, he always mentions fertilizer. He always mentions that the price of unga has come from 200 to 140. I don't know, to 110 or 100 shillings. And people are saying, yes, they are affordable ungas and they are affordable maybe foodstuffs. But now the money is not there to even to afford that unga. For example, even the mambo na mafuta. So wanakuja, they just stamp and say that we have done this and this. For example, reduce the cost of petroleum. They are forgetting that the cost of petroleum is actually affected by the cost of fuel around the globe. It's not particularly Kenyan. So, and then something surprising is like something like fuel. Fuel is much cheaper in Uganda than it is in Kenya. And Kenya, we have, when you compare logistics of Kenya and Tanzania and Uganda on how we get fuel, like the Ugandan gets fuel through Kenya. So I don't know what you think about that.
Well, what I can start by saying is that power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. Ruto is now in power and he will do and say anything or everything to stay in that power. Power is sweet. And so I think he has experienced the power of being the president, and now he realizes that he can actually cling to that power. And he is trying his level best to ensure that he gets the right people to help him to cling to that power. But I would like to remind President Ruto that power is transient, and according to the Constitution, that a president can only be allowed to stay as the president for only 2 terms. And so, with the current track record that he has set, being the president since September 2022, when he was actually inaugurated, there is still a lot that has been left desired, because it's like he and his team, the member of the UDM, the team plus the people who had voted him in, had gone for a long holiday of honeymoon. But it has now come to, it has now just come to here. They're now coming to terms that things are not as they should be, because they probably in his mind he did not expect the level of wokeness that he's experiencing from the current crop of the electorate, that is the common mwananchi. Right now we are so woke. The common mwananchi knows that he needs to get his services delivered to his very doorstep, in matters to do with education, in matters to do with finances, in matters to do with ensuring that at least they have pesa mfukoni, and just have a way in which the businesses can be funded and be able to live a life that is that is has dignity. But that is not the case. And so I don't know who are the people surrounding William Ruto right now, because I think the people who are surrounding William Ruto, with the way things are going, he has already been told from the ground, he already knows that Shivsha is not actually happening. It is not working in many of the constituencies and in the many of the counties in the country. He has heard from various university students that the funding model that he has actually piloted is not very, very welcome, and it's not feasible to the people, to the parents who want their kids to actually learn in these higher learning institutions. But what is he doing? He is, I don't know, because he's just been chest thumping himself, telling the people that the funding model will go on as planned. The Shivsha will go on as planned. But why isn't he doing something to try and rectify the problem that is actually on those models that he has actually put in place for the Wananchi to access? So it's really not fair for him to chest thump and just be like dictatorial and adversarial upon the divergent opinion that he's getting from the opposition right now, which is Kalonzo, Rigathi, and the likes. So I think it's important for him to step back. The people that are surrounding William Ruto, his advisors, whether it's the think tank, the UDA think tank, and other stakeholders that are involved in the advisory, in the presidential advisory board, I think they need to take stock of what the ground is saying. I don't know why they're not listening. I don't know why aren't they listening? They need to listen to what the people are saying. In the parliament, it might be that they are in the executive's pocket. But then again, the people who employ the parliamentarians are the people. Because 2027 ikifika, and now hautakikani kwa sababu you did not do the work that the people employed you to do, you are out.
So I guess they say that Ruto is the president, Ruto is the CS, Ruto is the permanent secretary, Ruto is everything. It's like a cabinet. You've seen these cartoons that are trending, these meme cartoons saying Kasongo is everything. Kasongo comes, sits with himself and asks himself, what am I doing bad? It's like his own think tank. He's one that comes up with policies and implements them. And maybe other people's advices don't matter in his leadership, because maybe thinks if I can do it alone, we can do it better. But he's forgetting that Kenya is big, the government is big, and there are other decisions that needs other people, maybe the contribution from other people for them to be well presented and executed. So we have also Senator Aaron Cheriot also came out lecturing Kenyans and saying that those Kenyans are insulting and pressuring Ruto, their days are few. You can just listen to that before you sign out.
Nyinyi kuambia wale ambao wanamkejeli na kumtusi rais, kuambia wale ambao wanamkejeli na kumtusi rais, nyinyi siku zenu ni chache sana, kwa sababu mnapozidi kumkejeli naye anazidi kuweka bidii kuhakikisha kwamba maneno yote ile ambaye aliahidi wananchi wa Kenya anayatimiza, na wananchi hapa mashinani wanazidi kuona maneno hiyo ambayo inaendelea kufanyika. Na niombe pia, wakati tunakosoana, tukosoane kwa njia ya heshima. Nchi hii imekuwa na marais wengi. William Ruto sio rais wa kwanza. Yeye amekuwa rais miaka 2 peke yake. Kenya iko na miaka 60. Kama hii maneno mnamwambia hajamaliza, ingekuwa rais, wala walikuwa mbele yake wangekuwa wamemaliza. Haijamalizwa kwa sababu sio rais. Na pia msitufanye ni kama sisi ni wageni tumetoka Uganda. Tulikuwa hapa wakati marais wengine walikuwa. Hii mashida ambayo anapambana naye si ilikuwa pia siku hiyo. Sasa hii maneno mingi imekuja sasa, kila mtu anaongea, mpaka viongozi ambao tunaheshimu sana. So mimi nataka niwaombe, saa ile tunakosoa, tukosoane kwa njia ya heshima, na ya pili usiseme tu hii haiwezekani, tupatie pia wewe option yako. Useme kama ni wewe ungepewa Kenya kama ile William Ruto alipewa, ambaye ilikuwa imekopwa, tunadaiwa na kila mtu dunia mzima, ungeendesha hii nchi namna gani? Na unajua serikali haina njia nyingine. Rais amepambana. Yeye amesema kuliko aangalie Kenya ikizidi kwenda pahali pabaya, he has chosen to make very difficult decisions. Ambaye yeye alikuwa na choice, angeingia kwa kiti na aseme kama wale wengine walikuwa wanakopa, si hata yeye akope. Aseme siku ile tutauzwa, si tutauzwa wote. Lakini kwa sababu ni mtu mcha Mungu, anapenda wa Kenya, akasema kuliko hii mambo ya kukopa madeni kiholela holela bila kujali siku ya kesho itakuwaje, wacha tujifunze, tulipe ushuru, tuishi maisha ambaye iko na challenges kidogo, lakini siku za usoni hapo mbele watoto wetu wataishi maisha ambaye ni afadhali.
So according to what Cheriot says, is that currently President Ruto is making hard decisions to see maybe Kenyans, for the betterment of Kenyans, tomorrow of Kenyans. So we're asking ourselves, how long should those bitter decisions take for them to be executed, for Kenyans to feel, to have a soft ground of and harvest the fruits of maybe the goodies that Ruto is planning for Kenyans? Because it has been 2.5 years, and Rigathi Gachagua at his media interview with the Nation say that President Ruto has only 1 year. For example, after the next year, 2025, that means that 2026 will be a campaign year for preparing for 2027. So technically, Ruto has 1 year to fulfill those promises that Cheriot is saying that is still making to, and decisions is making to ensure that Kenyans live better tomorrow. I don't know what you think. Does Ruto still have time the way that they claim, or are they assuming that he'll automatically be Kenya president for the second term in 2027?
No, Ruto does not have time, and time does not equal to money. He does not have time, and I need to respond to what this man, the majority. The majority for the Senate.
Yes, Senate.
Yes? Senate majority. I think what he said was very, very wrong on so many levels. And how could he say such a thing in front of the public? These people are the ones who voted for them to be in the Senate, actually. What did he mean when he was saying that those people who are criticizing President Ruto, their days are numbered? Hiyo anamaanisha nini? Does it mean that they are planning to do their part by practicing extrajudicial killings upon those people? Or what are they planning to do? Are they planning to silence them? Are they planning to take us back to the Moi days when people were not supposed to talk? There was no freedom of speech. What is he really trying to say? And I'll just push back on that kind of thought and push back on that kind of rhetoric and push back on that kind of thinking, because we live in a dispensation of information, and there is no way the Kenyans will be allowed to just shut up when they see something wrong is happening, especially the government. When this government fails, we have also failed. And so the reason why Kenyans are standing up and to be counted and to ensure that this government rights their wrongs is because we want this country to succeed. We want these leaders to succeed. The moment this leadership succeeds, Kenyans as well succeed. That kind of talk is not for this kind of dispensation. I think he's very wrong. And I think he needs to be corrected by especially the people who voted him in. Come 2027, we do not need such leadership in this day and era. How dare you tell people who are put you in power, try to criticize you in a manner that is constructive, ama anataka ambiwe ati sijui msifanye hivi. No! If you're doing wrong, you're doing wrong. Open rebuke is better than hidden love. Afadhali uambiwe ukweli. When you're in an office and you have done a blunder in the office and you have lost millions of shillings, the boss will not take it lightly. And the boss of the members of the cabinet, the members of the people who have been voted in the Senate or in the parliament are the people in the ground. They are the stakeholders. Please, that kind of talk we will not accept. It is wrong, and he shouldn't even try it. No, it's wrong. It is wrong on so many levels, and I think he needs to check himself.
Yeah, so thank you very much for tuning into Lightcast TV. You can tell us what you think about this topic up or comment section, Lightcast TV Kenya, up our YouTube channel. Also subscribe and share this video to reach many. You can also partner with us by through M-Pesa +254 721 You can also advertise with Lightcast TV Kenya. You can email us at lightcasttvkenya@gmail.com or WhatsApp us +254 503 with what you want us to advertise for you. We do that at very affordable rates. We advertise on here on YouTube and TikTok and also on Facebook, and your brand or product or service will be able to reach many people, and there will be that tangible response from your target market. So we are thankful for your support. You can follow us also on Facebook, Lightcast TV Kenya, also on TikTok, Lightcast TV Kenya, on X platform, Lightcast TV Kenya. And thank you very much for tuning in. See you in another video.